Hi, welcome to Sumery P. Do you love Bakewell Tart, but you're looking for an easy recipe? I've developed a simple Bakewell slice. I use a shortcrust pastry, top it with raspberry jam, and then my frangipane almond filling, which is from another recipe, to combine this great, simple and easy Bakewell slice. So if you'd like to see how to make my Bakewell slice, come with me and let's see. So step one for our easy Bakewell slice today, you need to turn your oven on, and I've got it on 170 degrees C. You need to prepare your baking tin. So I'm doing it in my 23 centimetre square baking tin. I've greased it and lined it with some paper. Left it long on the side so I can lift it out once it's baked. And grab a large bowl, and we need some flour. Now I'm doing it with Spelt Flour, which is my favourite Spelt flour, or my favourite flour, white Spelt flour. And we've got 200 grams, but this works fantastic if you just want to swap it out for regular flour or wholemeal flour or the flour of your choice. So here I've just got 125 grams of chilled butter. And in here I've got 75 grams of sugar. And also if you want the full recipe, you can jump over to sumeryp.com and there'll be a link down below. And I've got a tab there for US friendly measurements. So we just want to combine this with our fingertips to make like a breadcrumb consistency. This is our shortcrust pastry. And my butter is super chilled, so it's really hard. I can't even press it with my fingertips. And if you're new here today, consider subscribing. This will help for me to continue to do more videos like this. Okay, I think that'll be fine enough. There's a few large chunks, but I think we're good to just move on to the next step. My hands are so doughy. So we need to grab a teaspoon of vanilla, if I can get the lid off, and one whole egg. I'm just going to crack it into this little ramekin first. Always like to do that just in case there's something wrong with the egg. Give a little bit of a stir with a fork, and then throw that in. And you can beat that with the fork just to combine it. And this is forming our dough, or our pastry. You might want to start using your hands because it kind of makes it easier to get the warmth of your hands to create the dough. But don't use the whole of your hands, just the fingertips, because we want to work quite quickly. This dough doesn't require any chilling, so we need to form the dough and press it into our tin, and then we bake it. So it's kind of like a crumbly mix at the moment. So what I'll do is I'll grab my prepared tin, pop all this dough in there, and just start using your fingertips just to press it in to form the base. So I'm just doing that like that with my fingertips. Okay, once it's kind of formed, I use my big metal scraper, dough scraper. I just press it in, or you can use the back of a measuring cup. I want to get it as flat as possible. So grab your fork and just use the fork for the last bit to press it down. So no need to chill it. I just poke a few holes with the fork so it doesn't rise. It just gives it some air, aerating it, like aerating the soil. Now we need to bake this in a hot oven. Yeah, it's hot, for about 15 to 20 minutes until it's golden brown. And then we do the next step. So the next step, while our base is in the oven, we need to do the filling. So it's a frangipane filling, like in a usual Bakewell tart with almonds. So I've got my stand mixer here, and I've got some sugar. So there's 110 grams of sugar. Some of it's just stuck in the base. I'll just grab that out. So 110 grams is roughly about half a cup. And I've also got 110 grams of unsalted softened butter, which is also about half a cup. So we're going to combine those just till they're fluffy and creamy. Dancing, Liz, makes everything better. Okay, in this bowl, I'm just going to crack 2 eggs. So they're large free-range eggs. Grab a fork. Just whisk those around a little. And throw those in. Then we add half a teaspoon of almond extract. Not completely necessary, but it just helps give it that authentic almond frangipane flavour. If you didn't have that, you can add a little bit of vanilla, and some people even put a little bit of cinnamon in their frangipane. So we're just going to blend those together for about 30 seconds until the eggs combined. And then I've got some ground almonds. So that is 110 grams also, which is about 3/4 of a cup. And I just like to add a little bit of flour just to help bind it together. So I've got some more spelt flour here, just a tablespoon, or just use the same flour you used on your base. So if you're using plain flour or regular flour, just pop a tablespoon in. Just want to mix that until all the flour is combined with the butter mix. It's quite a loose, sloppy mix, but it's fine. Once it's baked, it'll be fine. So for the final bit, I just grab this off the stand mixer and just combine it with my spatula. So just give it a little stir just to make sure it's all off the edges. Actually, I might just give it one more little whiz. There's just a few clumps of flour and butter. So it's always good just to double check it to make sure all the sides and the bottom has got nothing sticky there. So that should be good. So you want to prep and get a heat-proof tray. So I always get my metal tray ready, so when it comes out of the oven, I've got something to rest it on. So grab this off the stand mixer. That's all ready to go. I use raspberry jam because I love the flavour of raspberry jam, and we use this French brand, Bon Maman. So add about 3 to 4 tablespoons of that while the base is still warm. So we've got about 5 minutes to go. So once that's out, we'll do that, add the filling, and then sprinkle it with some almonds, and can't wait to show you what it looks like. My timer just went off, so I'm going to take the slice out of the oven. So it's golden brown, but not too cooked. So the next step is grab your jam, and we need to do about 3 to 4 tablespoons. You can do more or less depending on how jammy you like it, but I don't like it too jammy. So I'll do 3 generous tablespoons, and I like to do it right to the edge because you get these kind of chewy, jammy bits, which we love to have. And if you wanted to, you could add some fresh or frozen raspberries into your filling, but I find this is just enough sweetness. Make sure it's right in the corner. And now we put our frangipane filling on, or the almond filling. And now I've got some flaked almonds just to make it look fancy on top. I just add about 2 tablespoons. You can measure it, but I'm just going to do it by eye. This just makes it look quite pretty. I'm going to be quite generous today. Now I need to pop this back in the oven for about 30 to 40 minutes. Keep an eye on it at 35 minutes and bring it out if it's all brown on top. Stick around for the taste test. So we're back with our Bakewell Slice. It's all cooked, and I've had it cooling here on the bench for about 2 hours. It's ideal if you can leave it and cool it before you cut it open. So I'm just going to cut it, and then we'll do a little taste test. I've got some very crunchy pieces on the side. Ideally, this is great if you can make it the day before and serve it the day after. Okay, so let me come closer and I'll show you how it looks. So check that out, and I've just cut one little piece in half. So I'm going to do a taste test. That just melted in my mouth. The shortcrust pastry is so light. It's like a little crumbly biscuit base, and the jam, a little punch of sweetness, and I love the almond top and little crunchy almond bits. And I've got like the little, I'll show you, the juicy, chewy raspberry jam bit on the side. I love this. So if you've liked my video today, hit the thumbs up, share it with a friend, try baking this at home, pop a comment below and let me know what you think of this let me know what you think of my Bakewell Slice. Stick around, I'll pop some links up above for some other spelt slices that you might like to try, and consider subscribing. all you need is a Google account, and then hit the bell, and then you get notified as soon as I've got a new video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. I'm going to go away and have this with a cup of tea. See ya.